Hi guys, so I'm going to read Kingdom Come number 4. So this will be in my 1990s DC playlist, the Kingdom Come playlist that I'm going to make, the Superman playlist, and I think the Justice League playlist will be in those ones. But Chapter 4, Never-Ending Battle.
There were voices, and thunderings, and lightnings, and an earthquake. This was my dream. No more. It's happening, just as the visions foretold. Superman came too late. War has begun. Do something for the love of God. Make it stop.
I cannot. I can take no action. Not yet.
Why not? What in God's name has to happen? How much time must pass?
There will be your reckoning, Norman McKay. Be prepared. As the scriptures say, fear God and give glory to him. For the hour of his judgment is come.
Is that the only reason I am here? To watch some hideous judgment? Superman and I share the same terror. His face is a mask of confusion. He cannot comprehend how things came to this. Once upon a time, Captain Marvel was one of his mightiest allies.
Damn it, Marvel! Snap out of it! You can't do this! Too much is happening, too fast! We have to work together!
Now, whatever wisdom he once possessed has been dulled by Luthor's brainwashing, making the captain a soldier of chaos, the one warrior who can counter Superman's every move and prevent him from containing the battle. Superman believes himself to be the only force on Earth powerful enough to end that superhuman war. He is wrong.
Multi-megaton nuclear explosives held in reserve for just this moment. Take a good look at mankind's last hope. Capable of vaporizing a county. Sheathed in a force field unbreachable by all cataloged metahuman powers. Deployment system virtually undetectable. All our projections estimate that one will do the job. As Secretary General of this new United Nations, I'm empowered to sanction the use of 3.
3? Unacceptable! Surely kill civilians too! Risk of inflaming.
Insist on some other way of...
Listen to me and understand! There is nothing rational about dispatching tactical nukes into the heart of my own country. But these are not rational times. We are at the flashpoint of human existence. My God! You can hear the battle even here. At any moment, it threatens to spread forth and engulf the world. What then? What then? The only way to ensure that future generations remember this as humanity's final option is to ensure that there will be future generations after today. Let us strike while we still can. Godspeed.
Even in the brightest day, the dust of battle eclipses the sun itself. The prisoners released by Marvel's thunderbolts strike out blindly. Wonder Woman's troops return force and kind. Both sides fight with abandon. Whatever heroic moors of combat might once have ruled them have become nostalgic memories. This isn't a fight that will eventually die down. This is a forest fire that's just begun, a war that may well end the world. Any instant now, there will be fatalities, and no way to turn back. With Superman deadlocked, their only prayer of deliverance rests with a force from on high.
So the Batman and the Outsiders.
Batman's legion soars in like a silent cavalry. Man or machine, each agent knows his mission. Stem the loss of life. Prevent the riot while there's still time to exert control. The sheer force of Batman's presence kindles a desperate ember of hope. Too late.
Those Reins, what's that like?
Diana.
He left me no choice. They began this. I will finish it.
Did you see that? She killed him. She killed Von Buck. Get her!
And we will finish it without you, Bruce. Your people are out of their league.
Why? Because we're here to save lives rather than take them?
We're here to force peace. We're left with no choice. If you stand in the way, I will remove you.
Force peace. The Amazon tenant. Spread love and understanding. But don't be afraid to bloody your knuckles doing it. Don't tell me you still subscribe to that paradox. I've heard rumors that the Amazons relieved you of your duties, and heritage for not being strident enough. Face the truth, Diana. You won't win back your royal station by overcompensating.
You aristocratic bastard! How dare you condemn me? I will not be judged by you. Do you hear me? Do you understand? After all these years, you have the nerve to swagger out of your cave and expect everyone to bow before your precious wisdom. Well, it's too late for that, Bruce. We tried to hold order, but it's too far gone. Our only option now is war. Our only answer is...
Marvel! In the name of heaven, wipe that empty smile off your face. You were a friend once. How can you do this? How? Look at the horror you've let loose. Damn it! Say something for yourself. Shazam!
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 Open your eyes, Diana. Your answer flies on metal wings. Those are nuclear carriers, the ultimate war bringers. Our war was not one act of violence, at the cost of some lives. Our war ends in extinction. If you're devoted to that Amazon honor, if your soul genuinely longs for atonement on Amazonian terms, then let's keep fighting and let the planes do their work.
Despite my spectral form, I feel the heat of Batman's lasers. I feel the strain of titanium muscles. I hear the whisper of a pilot begging forgiveness. No. Over the sound of distant thunder.
Enough!
Shazam!
For one frozen instant, the storm clears. Fingers that can fuse coal into diamond crawl across human bone. And in that hush, ears that can hear a cell divide pick out with chilling ease the scream of human rage. A wave of X-rays confirms the bomb's potency. A telescopic lens calculates the seconds before impact. He must act. Now.
It is time.
What?
Judgment has come, Norman Mackay. The hour tolls. Our entire journey has brought us to this moment.
But the bomb! The bomb!
Will determine the fate of the world. If it drops, the superhumans will surely die. But humanity will be spared their violence. If not, they will live on to fight a battle that will, in time, swallow the earth. In either case, we face the evil of genocide, and my task is to punish those responsible for evil. But who shall be held accountable? Whose sin is this? The humans or the superhumans? Tell me, Norman. Judge.
Me?
Yours is the soul that guides me.
How can I? There is no evil here. There is tragedy and bedlam and...
Judge carefully. I don't know what to do.
You can see that, can't you? Every choice I've made so far has brought us here. Has been wrong.
Superman's palm spasms around Batson's jaw, and Batson whimpers. The clock is racing. Only moments remain before the blast.
So listen to me, Billy. Listen harder than you ever have before. Look around us. Look what we've come to. There's a bomb falling. Either it kills us, or we run rampant across the globe. I can still stop the bomb, Bill. That much I'm sure of. What I don't know is whether I should be allowed to.
Superhumans are mankind. One will pay the ultimate price.
And that decision
Is not for me to make. I'm not a god.
I'm not a man. But you, Billy, you're both. More than anyone who ever existed. You know what it's like to live in both worlds. Only you can weigh their worth equally. Fight the brainwashing, Billy. You can let me go. Or with a word, you can stop me. Do you understand the choice that can be made by you alone? His tears answer for him. Then decide. Decide the world. And when he cries, Shazam. Seven thunders utter their voices.
Shazam! Shazam! Shazam!
Judgment.
Where?
Almost certainly to confront his human attackers. He feels completely alone. He need not. There were survivors They are fewer in number, and their pain is great, but their war is over. Judgment has been passed. I am no longer needed. Farewell, Norman Mackay.
Farewell! Farewell!
You think you brought me all this way just to watch people die? Think again. You want to confront evil?
Then get us the hell to the UN.
Now! You saw Superman. You saw an anger that could twist steel. If what happens next happens the only way it can, and you let it, that is evil.
God in heaven! Run! He's gone berserk! Look out! Corre por favor!
Naneng Silva Ulu! Patia Tlalolo!
The doors! He's welded the doors! Gimoy! Antubla! My God! He's bringing the roof down! He'll kill them all! Somebody's got to do something!
After 10 years, he is finally let free. A wrath that would cower Satan himself. How can any man possibly calm the fury he feels towards his prosecutors?
I can reach behind it. Do you really think he's mad at them? He's raging at himself. Let me talk to him. Now! Clark? Clark, don't. You blame yourself for Captain Marvel, for Magog in Kansas, for 10 years that ended today. Yes, you're angry. But in that anger, you're forgetting once more what humans feel, what they fear. They won't forgive you for this, Clark. Forgive yourself.
Why are you here?
To bear witness. Listen to me, Clark. Of all the things you can do, all your powers, the greatest has always been your instinctive knowledge of right and wrong. It was a gift of your own humanity. You never had to question your choices. In any situation, any crisis, you knew what to do. But the minute you made the super more important than the man, the day you decided to turn your back on mankind, that completely cost you your instinct. That took your judgment away. Take it back. If you want redemption, Clark, it lies in the very next decision you make. Make it as a man, and make it right.
Survivors? How?
With his dying breath, Captain Marvel managed to detonate the bomb high above Ground Zero. Thanks to that, and to the combined powers of Green Lanterns and others, there were survivors.
How many? Enough to leave us with the same problem as before. The same impasse. The same dangers. The same distrust. The same everything.
What now?
Now we put things right. Years ago, I let those I swore to protect drive me away. We all did. And that was the day all of this began.
We saw you as gods.
As we saw ourselves. And we were both wrong. But I no longer care about the mistakes of yesterday. I care about coping with tomorrow. Together. The problems we face still exist. We're not going to solve them for you. We're going to solve them with you. Not by ruling above you, but by living among you. We will no longer impose our power on humanity. We will earn your trust, using the wisdom one man left as his legacy. I asked him to choose between humans and superhumans. But he alone knew that was a false division, and made the only choice that ever truly matters. He chose life. In the hope that your world and our world could be one world again.
Time folds forward. Healing has begun. And in the twinkling of an eye, great powers reconstruct a once stately manor into a hospital ward patrolled by a man who has traded black garb for white. Under his watch, survivors ravaged by the effects of the bomb are nurtured and cared for, while those who helped bring about the cataclysm suffer their own unique injustice.
Shazam! Shut up!
Bones are set, burns are salved, and wounds are mended. Here and across the sea. Through her courage, the princess is at last granted her crown. No longer does she see herself as a failed student. She is a teacher whose work is just beginning. Across the world, new roles are embraced, new alliances forged. After far too long a time, the gods have chosen to work with mankind towards a common good. Only one works alone. Quite a memorial.
As it should be. Not just for those claimed by the bomb, but for all those here who lost their lives to our mistakes.
Let them rest in peace, Cal. They'll only haunt you if you forget what they taught you. Speaking of which...
What's this?
A gift. A little something to help you see more clearly. Take care, Clark.
Take care, Diana.
All the sins have been exposed, Spectre. Tell me, in the end, who do you punish? Who is responsible for what has happened?
No one need suffer any further for the tragedies we have witnessed, Norman Mackay. Do not mock me.
I'm not. I'm merely wondering. When you first appeared before me, you said you needed a human soul to be your anchor. And yet, you yourself were once an ordinary man. Tell me, what would his perspective have been?
An excellent question. Be well, Norman Mackay. You have watched the Titans walk the earth, and you have kept stride. Perhaps you are more like them than you realize. You exist to give hope.
And the Lord God sent his angels to show his servants. And so the crisis passes. There is no grand celebration. There is too much pain to be forgotten. Too much rebuilding to master. But there is faith. And so, though my visions no longer plague me, I preach the lessons they have taught me. That a dream is not always a prophecy. That the future, like so much else, is open to interpretation. And that hope is brightest when it dawns from fear. Grace be with you all. Amen.
1 year later.
Greetings, citizens. Smoking or non-smoking? Be nice, Clark.
You don't find any of this unsettling?
It's in the upbringing. I'm accustomed to seeing mortals pay tribute to the gods. It's not a church, Clark. It's a restaurant. Relax.
So where is he?
You're the one with the X-ray vision. Did you look behind the giant penny?
You didn't tell him, did you?
Of course not. If it actually means seeing him surprised, who am I to hoard the moment?
It's awfully crowded. You're sure we won't be recognized?
Hardly likely. In the first place, you wrote the book on secret identities.
And in the second place, amidst all this tawdry bric-a-brac, I doubt they'd take notice of us if you were fighting the Legion of Doom in full costume. Clark, Diana, there you are. You snuck up on me. Me. How'd you do that? It's good to see you under brighter circumstances, Bruce. How are the boys? Dick's headed for a full recovery. Ibn, well, Dick's daughter is counseling him. Maybe he'll turn around yet, if he can shed the lessons of the League of Assassins. That's what happens when you're raised by an isolated society of zealots. You end up a little brainwashed.
You don't say.
May I bring you something to drink?
Water's fine.
Milk, coffee, and keep it coming. Tell me, of all the places on Earth and beyond we could have met, why did you choose this one? I didn't.
I did. I was curious. The atmosphere is elevating and humbling at the same time. Some of us can always use a little more humility.
Excuse me, Yes. Using the ketchup? We've run out. Be my guest. So I gather from your communique, we have business?
We have some things to settle, at least. News to share. You and I haven't really spoken much since Captain Marvel. Before we begin, I think it's appropriate to give a moment to those who fell in battle. We're long overdue. To past friends. Hi, I'm Robin.
Of course you are.
Are you ready to order?
What do you recommend?
Today's special is the Power Girl chicken sandwich.
The cut?
Breast. I also recommend the Dial H for hoagie. I'll just have the giant turtle soup. And for you, sir?
Do you serve anything like beef bourguignon?
There's the Starro the casserole.
Fine. Steak. Well done.
Which? There's the man of beef, there's the...
Steak. Well done. The teaching must be going effectively for you, Diana. Can't remember the last time I saw someone destroying the Eiffel Tower on the evening news.
It's tough. If the experience of the Gulag showed us anything, it's that students have to want to learn. Clearly, what we went through gave them plenty of incentive.
And you, Clark? Still doing your best to restore the agricultural balance. How do you make out with irradiated soil? I have no interest in growing 10-foot carrots. As when we built the Gulag, the ray was a big help in stripping the land of its radioactivity. Past that, it's simply a matter of hard work and patience. I imagine you can relate. It's been a long road to rehabilitation for the injured. Fortunately, I'm not laboring alone. I was able to put several members of the Mankind Liberation Front to work in our ad hoc hospital. They're pulling their weight. Vandal Savage alone has picked up quite a few healing tricks in his 50,000 years.
And you've had no trouble with the MLF?
Inhibitor collars keep the rowdier ones subdued. Even Luthor? Not so much. I caught him down in the cave twice last month, trying to hack the computer. He sends his best. Really? No. That's not well done.
Not a shade over medium. Miss?
Here.
Don't tell me that's it. We could have compared resumes by phone. We're here solely to play catch-up.
Not exactly. We have something to announce.
You're pregnant.
How did you...
Observation. For an ageless Amazon of perfect physique, you've put on a pound or two. That was my first clue. There were others. My best to you both. Congratulations on bringing another spit-curled demigod into the world. Sorry if I stepped on your denouement, princess.
Always the detective. Now, let's test your escape artistry. I want a commitment from you. I'd like you to be the child's godfather.
What? Me? I don't know what to say.
Then the day is full of surprises.
News to you, I take it.
What isn't when it comes to her?
Hardly Athena's wisdom at work, Diana. My record as a parent isn't spotless.
Bruce, I'll be the first to admit, I know little about fatherhood. But I do know this. There are things that the Batman can teach our child, that Clark and I can't, that we would never even think of. More coffee, sir?
Oh, yes. But we're of such different schools. You and Clark, you rule by trust. I rely on fear.
Let's talk about what we're all most afraid of. Look at the lesson we just learned right now. The scales of world power are balanced, but still too easy to tip. Our child, more than any other, will need the leavening influence of a mortal man. A mortal man whom we can count on. You're right about me. Trust is the center of my world. I don't know if that makes me an expert on it, but I know I trust you. Despite our differences over the years, I always have.
It's settled then.
You realize you've just handed me influence over the most powerful child in the world?
I thought you agreed rather quickly.
I'm sure we can work out some sort of shared custody. The baby probably shouldn't spend all its time in seclusion with us.
So that's Plastic Man in the background. I didn't notice that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. But
after all, we wouldn't want the child to be raised by an isolated society of zealots.
Touché. Have you given any thought to a name? Bruce is good.
Spinach and cottage cheese? That's a Spectre platter?
Look at it this way. It's flattering to be remembered somehow.
Bruce, you still with us?
Sorry. Just wandering for a second.
So on the left here, the character Phil Sheldon from Marvels is there. I'm going to read that probably one day. And I think this is supposed to be Uncle Sam. So these are all both from Alex Ross comics that he did. So,
the child of Superman and Wonder Woman. And Batman. Imagine what kind of a kid he'll...
She'll
be.
Battler for truth, justice, and a new American way. I can hardly wait to see it for myself. Let's go home. Dream about the future. So that's the end of this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. I'm also going to put this in the Spectre playlist, The Kingdom Come, because Spectre is the main character in this. I should have said that at the beginning, but I was just thinking about it reading the comic. I will put it in the Spectre playlist as well. If you guys want me to send me a request just let me know in the comments, and I'll tell you the date I can do the request. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.